Alright guys, it's your boy here, just getting a couple things in order. Gonna be doing some unit reviews today, obviously. Some pretty funky units, by the way. Man, this is gonna be a fun one. Alright, we got Giancarlo Blanco in the chat saying, hope my Black Knight gets featured. Okay, there is a Black Knight. I did see him. Connor says, same with my Felix. Hopefully we'll be able to get to Felix and Black Knight, but let's go ahead and get this show started. And the first unit, oh, by the way, just to talk about the Google Drive thing, I spent like, what was it, 45, 50 minutes last night trying to get it to work, and I'm too much of a brainlet to figure it out, so here we are back to Twitter. Apologies to anybody who doesn't have Twitter and can't tweet me their units, but I mean, for now, this is all my peanut brain can actually process, so we're going to do Twitter again. Alright, we're starting things off with Keel, aka Kyle Kindred. So, my favorite new +10 that I got, I have a love for green axes in this game for some reason, so most of my merge projects are green axes. I would say that's the same for a lot of people, just because a lot of the good +10 projects have been axes. And then still got lucky to get Thor to +10 when I did. No, really, a very free-to-play option, but I enjoy the slaying of Fades, Fallen Edelgards. Okay. I'm assuming you got her to +10 on the Hero Rises banner. And if you didn't get her to +10 there, you probably got a lot of merges there, like I did. My Thor ended up getting a +7 from that banner. Alright, maybe this is a little bit too big, so we'll keep it this size for now. So we have here Thor, plus attack for the Ivies. I think she has a super boon in plus defense as opposed to plus attack, but it's pretty obvious why you would want to go plus attack with her. So we have here Sturdy Impact, Bonfire, Flow Guard, World Breaker, and Death Blow. Okay, so a very player phase oriented Thor. I personally like giving her Gale Force because it's very easy for her to ramp into Gale Force with -1 special trigger and World Breaker. But Bonfire, you can totally get away with that as well if you just want to go for damage. I'd probably recommend instead of Death Blow, go for Attack Defense Solo. Or if not Attack and Defense Solo, then Attack and Defense Form. Because the dual phase stats are going to help her out a lot more than just the player phase ones. And I guess you could say the same with Sturdy Impact. It's nice that she negates their follow-up though, so that is the one reason why you would want to keep Sturdy Impact. But just to get the stats on the enemy phase, the solo 4s like Attack and Defense Solo 4 and the Catch level 4 is also pretty good options. So just some food for thought, but I think this is going to work out pretty fine. Not really much to criticize here. It's very solid, very sturdy, and we all know exactly what she's going for. Just initiate, proc Bonfire on the second hit, stop their follow-up. Stop them from using guard as well, so they can't block the Bonfire. Pretty good, not a bad Thor. Definitely one of the thicker mamas, so always nice to see her decked out. Alright, next up we have David King Lover. Okay, so he says, the GOAT himself, Jagen. So here is the Jagen in the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and give that a like. Alright, used to use Vanguard on him, but Carrot Tip gives him so much needed firepower outside of Iceberg. That is true. Carrot Tip Spear is a true damage weapon. I do use him in Aether Raids with Farsave, Naga, and Regan, and he tanks so much. He can't tank everything, but he tanks a lot more than you'd think. Alright, so freaking Jagen. This makes me so happy to see that somebody built Jagen, because he does have wonderful artwork. He is one of those day one units that just had fantastic artwork, and we can thank Yamada for that. Very detailed for this old man, and infamously Jagen is like the weakest character ever. He has like 0% growths in everything, and then 10% in HP if I'm not mistaken in Fire Emblem 1. But There you guys go. We have a decked out Jagen. Carrot Tip Spear grants bonus damage equal to the total debuffs on attack and defense on the foe. So comboing that with attack and defense menace is obviously the way to go. We got Reposition Iceberg with that fat res stat, of course. I don't know why Jagen has so much res, but Icebergs are going to hurt. We got Close Defense 4, Quick Repost, and then Close Defense 3. Okay, so I'm not really sure if you need double Close Defense here. I mean, probably. He said he was running her with a far save, or running him with a far save unit. Yeah, use him in AR with a far save, Naga, and Regan. So, if you're running him with far save, I think you could gear him a little bit more towards offense. You could probably give him Sturdy Stance 3 instead of Close Defense 4. Just get a little bit more firepower, because look at this guy. He's at plus 10 merges and plus 15 flowers, and he's got, well, I guess it's not S-rank summoner support because he doesn't have the marriage border. But 48 base attack, that is not going to cut it. So just to get a little bit more power, I think maybe Sturdy Stance 3 could work. Because, like, the Far Savers, he's not going to have to worry too much about magic. So if they're attacking him with a dragon, he's got good res anyway. So I would say just, like, focus more on his defense. And then Close Defense 3, you could probably ditch for Attack and Defense Form. I like Form when you're running units with Save Ball support, because it's easy to have a bunch of units all over the place. Quick Repost, I guess, is fine. Yeah, Quick Repost is probably fine. Like, what else could you possibly give him? Maybe, like, Lull Attack and Defense 3. Maybe if you wanted to, like, try to one-shot the foes, but I don't know if he can. He probably does need Quick Repost to hit them twice. So, yeah, it seems fine to me. It's very, very much going to work, but, like, I feel like you may want to just run skills that give him a little bit more attack. That's the only criticism. But a very wonderful unit to see at plus 10. I would love it if everyone was just doing stuff like this. Like, everyone's just building some random unit like Jagen, just for the fun of it, as opposed to, like, playing boring meta sets. Moon Angel Fire in the chat saying, what have I missed? You haven't missed anything yet, because we just basically got started. We got Addy Artist in the chat saying, these unit reviews feels like you enter a contest and hope your ticket gets pulled out. I'm going to try to get to everyone today, but obviously with time constraints, I'm not sure that I can, but I'm going to do my best. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to Some Name up next. Here's my Brave Alm. He didn't get in last time. Let's hope for the best this time around. First build actually isn't my main build anymore. I actually use the second one most nowadays, just with Close Call in the B. Okay, so I guess he's talking about the second build, which is the one with Special Spiral, Times Pulse, and Quicken Pulse. Is that right? Yeah, the second... Okay, so the second Alm build here. See if I can make this a little bit bigger. Yep, okay, so we have Sense Scale, Special Spiral, Times Pulse, Quicken Pulse with Ruptured Sky, so he auto-charges that. He'd be able to continue charging it with Special Spiral, but he said he's running Close Call now, which I do think is probably the way to go with Alm. Because he's not able to have Canto, but Close Call is like a pseudo version of Canto, kinda. Yeah, it seems fine to me. Send Scale, I'm not really too sure about Send Scale in, like, Summoner Duels and things like that. You probably get better mileage out of Attack and Speed Ideal 4. I personally gave mine Attack and Speed Ideal 4 because his weapon gives him the bonus movement at the start of turn, and that triggers for one of the conditions on the Ideal skill. So that's probably the way to go, but obviously he's very good. Sense Scale is nutty when you have Bride Catria support because you get the Brave attack. But otherwise looks pretty good. Other skills that you've got on him, we have Gale Force, we got Lull, Speed and Defense, Joint Drive Attack, Distant Counter, Spurn. But I do think Close Call and Probably attack and speed ideal 4, I would say. On this second build here is probably what I would do. Awesome unit, though. Plus 10 merges on Brave Alm. He's quite a powerful one. Oh, we have Pretty up next. Okay, I didn't even know Pretty submitted a unit. Alright, shoutouts to Pretty. So, obviously need more merges for her, but fear the tanky Lissa. Okay, so we have Pretty's Lissa over here. Sweet Celebrant Lissa. I mistranslated that as something else when I was reading her in one of the other videos. I can't believe I had such a crazy slip up like that, but Lissa is a good girl, must protect. Maybe that's a little bit too big. Okay, so Staff of Tribute. Is that her base weapon? Hold on. Which one is Staff of Tribute? Let's find out real quick. Okay, so this is Lissa's base weapon. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants defense and res up 6 to unit during combat, and recovers 7 HP to unit and allies in 2 spaces after combat. Alright, so it has the Aureola effect and then grants defense and res up 6. Then we have defense and res ideal 4. We got Miracle, Return, Crafty Fighter, DR Far Save, and Attack Res Bond. Pretty good. If you have any, like, ramp support, like Thor, for example, to give World Breaker, or there's a lot of units that do it now, but just to ramp into Miracle and keep on using Staff of Tribute over and over again with the recovery. She is going to be really tanky. 40 base defense and 45 base res. With the ideal, with Far Save, with Attack and Res Bond. Yeah, this is pretty good. She is obviously one of the better, like, tanky units to build up. And it was also really nice that she's free to play. She's the only free to play armor staff. So, not bad by any means. I think this is a pretty solid way to build her. I saw someone also trying the Absorb staff, because that one recovers HP when you damage the foe. But I think you might actually heal more with Staff of Tribute's passive heal than actually using Absorb. So, not bad. Shoutouts to Pretty, of course. Very awesome unit there. Alright, All Might says, Send Scale is what makes Alm bust tanks. He needs it on. It helps when he has Bride Catria, like I said, because then you get the Brave attack, but if you're running him with Close Call, then he does need extra speed, because his base speed isn't really the best. So I do prefer giving him Attack and Speed Ideal 4. Alright, SL Name says, yeah, Send Scale is what pushes Brave Alm over the edge. Without it, he basically just another God Sword, just with a sweep effect. A lot of people are pushing back on the Send Scale thing. I mean, it's obviously good, like I said, right? But in my personal preference, I just like giving him more speed with Close Call. So he tanks a little bit better on the enemy phase. He still does very fantastic damage. I think he also needs to win a speed check in order to get his wind sweep effect. So, just some more merits to giving him speed. Alright, we got Sanchino plays. Hopefully he makes the cut this time. So I use him as an underrated Gale Forcer. He's my favorite lad and can reach really good amounts of speed and attack with this build. Alright, so we got Silas this time. Good guy Silas with Piercing Tribute. That was the weapon from the Valentine Owain, I believe. Yeah, Reposition, Gale Force, Attack and Speed Catch 4, Flow Guard 3, Speed Smoke 4, and Heavy Blade. Okay, so here's our first instance of Speed Smoke 4. Very powerful inheritable skill. I'm honestly still kind of shocked that they made those tier 4 smokes so good. So you're going to be able to get dodge on non-infantry units now with Speed Smoke 4. So flyers, cavalry units, them being able to get dodge is pretty funky. Flow Guard as well to stop the enemies from preventing Gale Force. You got the Catch 4, which I believe catches proc when the enemies have debuffs, right? So Speed Smoke 4 plus Catch is a pretty sick combo. then Heavy Blade to ramp up to Gale Force. So, Piercing Tribute. Which one was Piercing Tribute? Let's take a look here. Alright, if foe initiates combat or if foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, grants attacking speed up 5 to unit and neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks during combat. Alright, so it's half a null follow-up. It's the impact side of null follow-up, though. It's not like it's going to stop them from giving him a double. Although, with Flow Guard and Piercing Tribute, it's like he has full-on null follow-up. So, this is a very cheating Silas here. He has Speed Smoke to get dodge, and then he has full-on null follow-up, basically. So, he's a cavalry unit that has skills that you're not supposed to get on cavalry units. Pretty good. I like the concept here. I like it. Gale Forcing with him. Seems like it should work out just fine. Alright, we have Josh Lawliot up next, aka Joshua Batar, one of the OGs. My favorite character in Fire Emblem and my first 5-star plus 10 in Fae. I hope he gets a refine at some point. Oh, dude, this round from the Fallen Heroes, I'm sure they're going to get refines very quickly. So, like, Fallen Ike, Fallen Julia, Fallen Leone. Once they get refines, they're going to be pretty good. Especially Ike, because I could totally see Fallen Ike being probably, like, the best sword unit again after he gets his refine. It just depends on how they treat him. They got to give him the legendary Marth treatment. But as long as they do that, he is going to be one nasty boy. Alright, so Blood Tome, Reposition, Glimmer, Sturdy Impact. Oh, that's very interesting on this guy. Then we got Null, Sea Disrupt, Attack and Res Menace, and Quick Repost 3. I'm not sure what I think about Sturdy Impact on this build. This guy was never really a player phaser. He just wants to bait. He's got 44 defense and res, though, which is pretty nice. He's got 50% DR against ranged enemies. Instead of Sturdy Impact, I think you want, like, maybe Mirror Stance 3 or a Sturdy Stance 3. Maybe even an Ideal skill, although Inflicting Guard is probably a little better. Yeah, I would say your choice of Mirror Stance or Sturdy Stance 3. And then otherwise, this build seems like it would work fine. He has does he have color advantage on colorless type foes? I don't remember. Let me just double check that. Because I feel like a lot of the Leone units have effective against colorless. Alright, yeah, he does have it effective against colorless, which is good. So he's going to be good against bows and staffs and etc. Yeah, basically that's all I would say. Just give him a stance 3. And otherwise, this looks okay. You don't really see him too often anymore, though. When this guy came out, he was a very, very highly used counter pick to a lot of Aether Raid's defenses, but obviously the game has evolved past that point now. Most people just tank with save units if they're going to tank. Alright, we got Nickname up next, courtesy of the #1 Knoll fan, Funny Bunny. Okay, so shoutouts to Funny Bunny. I know it was difficult for Funny Bunny to submit their unit because they don't have Twitter. But it is wonderful that we're going to get to take a look at them anyway. Alright, so this legendary Knoll that I've been hearing so much about. We have Rower Vulture, we got Reposition, we have Glacies, we got Close Reversals, Lull Speed and Res 3, Speed Smoke 4, and then Speed and Defense Solo. Okay, this is pretty nasty. Interesting. I can understand why you have Speed Smoke 4, because that's going to give him dodge for damage reduction, but Rower Vulture is the Plegian tome that benefits from minus res and minus attack. So you wouldn't really be gaining power for the Vulture tome with Speed Smoke. Not that I would say replace Speed Smoke, though, because you do want to get that damage reduction. Would there be a way to debuff with this guy for attack and res? Huh. Maybe give him, like, attack res ruse. And then have somebody rally him, and then he can ruse the enemies, get buffs for the Vulture Tome, and then also inflict guard. Although lull speed and res also is pretty good here, because 45 speed, it's not really good enough to compete with top tier threats, but it's still quite good. So yeah, lull speed and res, you probably need that with speed smoke. Glacies, is Glacies gonna work here either? You're gonna have to have breath support, like Duo Hilda or whoever, Thor, whatever you want to get breath support. Yeah, I think actually Glacies would be better than Iceberg and possibly even a 2-hit special here, because it seems likely he's going to get to double. And then the damage from Glacies is going to be preferred over the weaker specials. Yeah, this seems okay to me. My only suggestion would be Ruse, Attack, and Res, so you can at least get a reliable way to activate the Vulture debuffs. But, I mean, at the same time, lull speed and res is a good choice, too. Alright, Annie Artist says, give him Henriette's Tome. Yeah, that could be an option as well. You get some recovery, and you get the attack and res up 4, or attack and res up 5. I can't remember what the buff was. But Henriette's Tome, not bad either for bait units. I think the Vulture Tomes have a better ceiling, though, with the stats. They just don't have the recovery. So, yeah, pretty good Knoll there, Funny Bunny. Just had a couple of suggestions, but I think this Knoll is going to be able to put in work still. All right, we got Joshua, 360. Randomly pulled a spare Azelf. Okay. So I guess Joshua is a fan of Oshawott from Pokemon. This is how I use dual red infantry 4. Would appreciate help with the build. Alright, so we got masked Marth here, aka Lucina. So, Seal Falchion, Rally, Attack and Defense Plus, Ether, Red Dual Infantry 4, Repel 3, Joint Hone Speed, or just Joint Hone Speed, and then Attack and Speed Form 3. Interesting. Okay, so the Infantry 4 is for scoring, and then actually it's also just giving her a whole bunch of stats anyway. Repel. I'm not sure if Repel would be my choice of B skill. If you want damage reduction, I think maybe Spurn or Close Call is a little better than Repel. Because you don't really gain much from knocking the enemies back. It's more preferable to, like, just Close Call and get your unit one space away. Or go for Spurn to get a little bonus damage. Or there's also Frenzy, too, which can give you Desperation. Yeah, and then Seal Falchion is pretty powerful. Definitely not Joint Hone Speed, I'll say that much. You don't want Joint Hone Speed, you want something else, like maybe a Menace or Speed Smoke 4. Probably, well, actually, yeah, if you go Speed Smoke 4, you can open up the B skill for something better than Repel. To which we have no end of good options. So there's Knoll Follow-Up, there's Knoll Sea Disrupt, there's lull skills, and so on, etc., etc. Huh. The Form Seal, I think, is fine. Probably works a little better with Close Call, because you can pull back and get closer to allies. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Like, if you're keeping Red Dual Infantry 4, I'm assuming this is for arena play. And the stats are nice, but if you're going to run her elsewhere, then certainly you want something else instead of Red Dual Infantry 4. Maybe Distant Dart or What was the one that Marth had? The one that gives you speed up 5 and then distant counter, but you take the chip. Can't remember what that one was called, but I think the one that Duo Ike has is distant dart. So maybe like speed and distant counter would be a good idea. Alright, Funny Bunny is in the chat. What's up, Funny Bunny? Says, I already have Henriette's tome for Knoll. I can change it, though. Yeah, you could. I personally think the Vulture tome is fine if you give him the ruse skill, but then Henriette's tome is going to be a little more consistent because you didn't have any way to, like, reliably get the debuffs for the Vulture tome. Alright, and then Joshua is also in the chat watching me as I grade his Marth. You know, it'd be sick if we get a Resplendent alt for Mass Marth. So I can actually get a good Resplendent Lucina art. Dude, you guys know my take on that Resplendent Lucina, but Lucina's probably my favorite female character in Fire Emblem. She's just like a female version of Ike almost. So I would like it if we could get some good Resplendent art for this Marth here. But back to the build, I would say, like, it's kind of, it's not really focused on any one thing, is what I'm seeing here. It's just like a general stats and damage reduction. But in each individual slot, like, all your passive slots, I feel like there are better passives you could go for. The seal is the only one that seems like it would work perfectly fine. So for the C skill, go for Speed Smoke 4 or a Menace skill. If you go for Speed Smoke 4, you can drop the B skill for a better B skill, like Knoll Follow-Up or a Lull skill or something. And even saying that, like, there's still ways to get Knoll Follow-Up support. So if you got Legendary Byleth in 2 spaces, or you have the new Fallen... What's her face? Oh, man, I can't remember her name. The Fallen Dragon chick, the red one, who jumps to her support partners. She can grant Knoll Follow-Up when she's supported with her ally. So you could do that to get Knoll Follow-Up. There's also Special Spiral. There's so many ways, man. There's so many things. And then for the A skill, I would say Distant Dart. Or Brave Marth's Distant skill that gives him Speed Up 5 and Distant Counter. Or also just a regular ace skill that grants attack and speed, like maybe even attack speed unity, so you can have an out to any debuffs if they try to debuff you. Alright, Funny Buddy says, I shall change the weapon to Henriette's tome when I get back on Fae later today. Alright, sounds pretty good to me. And Sweater Puppies says, Lucina's more like a female Seliph, if anything. Yeah, well, maybe in, like, personality, but when I saw her in Awakening, what she reminded me more of was Ike. Because there's that chapter in the DLC where she actually fights Ike. And he's like, he writes her off like he's just going to kick her ass. And then she gets kind of pissed off, so then she starts pouting like she's going to kick Ike's ass. I don't know, that moment there for me stole the DLC. I love the Awakening DLC, and it was moments like that which was why I loved it. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to Jesus, or Jesus, up next. I'm gonna call him Jesus. I can't call this guy Jesus. I worship the Lord, I can't call him Jesus. Okay, so I am once again sharing my joys in Fae. Brave Eliwood is my most used unit in any game mode. Alright, so we have here actually 2 units. We got Brave Eliwood and Legendary Lyn. Both actually pretty cool units, but we're going to take a look at Eliwood, because he says Eliwood is his favorite and most used. Alright, so Nini's Ice Lance. R.I.P. Did you guys see that little post where somebody posted on the subreddit this dialogue between Eliwood and Lyn in Fire Emblem 7? And it kind of matched the dialogue between duo Eliwood and Roy. So it was like almost alluding that Lynn is actually Roy's mom. So I think Ninny's Ice Lance is non-canon here. But okay, so it's a very good weapon. This guy is a sleeper in my opinion. I think he's a very good unit. He just lacks -1 special trigger pretty much. But we have Gale Force here anyway. We got Heavy Blade 4, Speed and Defense Near Trace, Rouse Attack and Speed 4, and then Attack Speed Solo 3. Yeah, this seems pretty fine by me. The Rouse skill gives him Null Panic and then Attack and Speed bonuses. Speed and Defense Near Trace, obviously for Kanto. Heavy Blade 4 for more power and also ramping. And then Attack and Speed Solo 3. Yeah, this is going to work. You don't really need Speed Smoke 4 on this guy because he has damage reduction already. Very solid build. Probably even the ideal build to go with for him. Because he does want to Gale Force. He does want, like, all of these things here. If only he had -1 special trigger, though. That's the only thing I feel like they could have gave him in the refine to, like, really push him over the top. But I digress. He's still very good. Alright, we got Radiant Machinations with a Muriel here. Okay. So, of course, Muriel was very good because she came with Attack and Speed Ideal 3 as a 3-star and 4-star demote. So we got here Packed Blooms. I believe Packed Blooms is the Henriette weapon where you get the HP and the attack and res up 5. So, very good. Or not Henriette's, but the Veronica weapon. Alright, then we got Reposition, we got Iceberg, Close Reversal, Lull, Speed and Res 3, and then Speed Smoke 4 and Speed and Res form. This looks awfully familiar. This looks almost identical to the Knoll that we looked at from Funny Bunny. Except Muriel does have a lot more speed than Knoll, so she can get a little more mileage out of dodge. But yeah, I would say this is basically it. This is probably the way to go. So, Funny Bunny, I guess, take some notes here. But yeah, if you're going to run a bait mage, then something like this is preferred. You could also try Close Foil instead of Close Reversal to get some attack. But you're not going to be able to counter dragons, although I'm not really sure how much that matters. But all of these like close counter skills are pretty good. Alright, we got Jose up next, waiting for Mordecai's refine, or a Formisol for him. Oh, dude, Mordecai, I'm actually very hopeful for his refine now, because after we saw what they gave to Marim, I think we can look forward to Mordecai for sure. Alright, so we got Sabertooth Fang. He inflicts debuffs when he uses a assist skill, a movement-based one, so I typically just keep Smite on him, but Reposition works. We got Noontime, we got Attack and Speed Solo 4, Null Follow-Up 3, Joint Drive Speed, and Attack and Speed Solo 3. So fast Mordecai, huh? Interesting, although I gotta be blunt, man, I'm not really sure if it's gonna work. But, yeah, like base 31 speed, that's... You're getting, what, 13 here from the 2 speed skills, and then another 4 from Joint Drive Speed. So we got, what is this guy, a 48 speed, that's it, with all his passives into account. Yeah, man, I hate to break it to you, man, but, like, this is not the unit you want to build with speed. I would say you should prioritize his defense. He makes a really good Smite bot, so, like, give him Smite. What I did with mine was I gave him a Link skill, so he can grant buffs to the ally that he uses the assist on, and himself. In fact, I think he actually defaults with a Link skill anyway. I think he did. I don't remember, but he may come with a Link skill. Give him Smite, and then... You don't really have to worry about his res. That was his one weakness when he came out. He had bad res. But we have save skills now, so that's not really a concern. Oh, also, if a save unit swaps places with him, he'll also trigger the debuffs from his weapon. So that's just another, like, nifty way you can take advantage of his weapon. Yeah, basically just give him bait skills. Give him, sturdy, or steady breath. Give him, in the ace skill, something to raise attack and defense, like maybe sturdy stance 3, close defense 4, attack defense unity, any of those skills that you think is best. You could actually keep Knoll follow-up, though, if you want to, because it gives him a better matchup against units with auto follow-ups like Fallen Edelgard and stuff. But you could also go for lull attack and defense or something like that. So he's a good unit, and he's definitely one of the refines I'm looking forward to the most now. But also, I would say, probably don't give him all that speed, maybe. Alright, we got Z the Thiel up next. Finished this boy in the last Double Special Heroes banner that was out. He's unfortunately in the Fafner club and doesn't have his base version in the game. Probably won't for some time. If you look at how they handled Hel and Gustav, we got them way after Book 3. So who knows when we're going to get base Fafner and base Freyr. But he has been a fun investment to use in Beast teams. Plus, Goat Dad got to get some love, like his sister gets all the time. Yep. Hey, man, I'm all about equal opportunity fan service, right? If I can get my thick mamas, then everybody else can get their thick boys, right? So, all's fair in fan service. Alright, so his base weapon, we got Reposition, Bonfire. Attack and Defense Catch 4, Attack and Defense Near Trace 3, Attack and Defense Menace, and Heavy Blade. Okay, so his weapon, I think it had a Spendthrift effect where he gets attack up 6 and inflicts attack -6. Let me just double check what he does. Okay, so grants attack up 3 if unit initiates or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack up 6 and inflicts attack -6, and he makes a guaranteed follow-up. And then he's got the typical Cav Beast transformation effect. Yeah, seems fine by me. Like, this is going to work for sure. I think he gets his guaranteed follow-up on either phase. Yeah, as long as he's in 2 spaces of an ally, so you can bait with the foes and he basically just gets quick repost. So this seems pretty good to me. Basically, like, all the skills you would want to give him. Maybe not Heavy Blade, though, but then again, I mean, what else is there to give him? Let me see here. Alright, he doesn't have -1 special triggers, sadly. And because he's a beast, he can't get Ruptured Sky either, so maybe instead of Heavy Blade, go with, like, Attack and Defense Form, or Attack and Defense Solo, or something like that. But as far as Bonfire goes, I don't really think there's a better option. Maybe you could try Glimmer, but Bonfire is definitely going to hurt a lot more. Yeah, it's just, it's not really his fault. A lot of Beast and Dragon units struggle with the special because they can't have Gale Force or, like, Ruptured Sky and things like that. And then for the seal, they're stuck with Heavy Blade if they want to ramp, so just a little bit awkward. But otherwise, I think this is going to work. Like, all the passives seem to check out, so not a bad Freyr there. Alright, we're going to take a quick water break. I'm getting a little choked up here. Alright, any artist in the chat saying, Dracula, what is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. Dude, Symphony of the Night is such a quotable game. My favorite dialogue from Symphony of the Night is right at the end. Like, right after Alucard kills Dracula. And then he just starts quoting the Bible randomly. He's like, what profit is it to a man to gain the world but lose his own soul? Matthew 16:26. It's like, why are you quoting the Bible, man? I don't know, dude. Symphony of the Night, that's a game I would love to play live. Do a live stream Symphony of the Night. Alright, we got Jackdopper, one of the homies right here. So here's my Leo build that I currently lose. He can, believe it or not, survive against a lot of the current meta threats as long as his skill conditions are met. And as long as the opponents don't have null follow-up in their kit. I mean, this part here, as long as they don't have null follow-up, that seems to apply to a lot of units now. The slow ones anyway. They're insane if the enemy doesn't have null follow-up. Like Gustav, for example, and even this guy here, this Freyr, if the foes don't have null follow-up, he can really smash their face in. Alright, but we have here Leo with Brunhilde. We got Reposition, Ruptured Sky, Attack and Defense Catch 4, Attack and Res Far Trace, Attack and Defense Menace, and Attack and Defense Solo. Don't this look exactly identical to the Freyr we just looked at? We got the Catch 4, we got the Menace, we got the Kanto. And unfortunately, Freyr's a beast, so he can't have Ruptured Sky, but he probably might have if he was allowed to have it. That just goes to show, man, like the passive power creep lately has been so crazy. The passive skills are just doing so many extra effects now. I'm sure we're going to see things like this on a lot of other units to come. But Leo, I've actually been rolled by Leo in Summoner Duels before. Leo is a pretty funny unit. It's more so about how you plan to use him than how you may perceive how good he actually is. So he gets 30% DR against magic. And then if the foe uses a ranged unit, basically, or, yeah, basically a ranged unit, they can't make a follow-up if he's got more defense. And he's got 38 defense. I do recall this guy having a super boon in defense. And in fact, my Leo also has plus defense. I decided to keep him with that. So yeah, just like he said, as long as you don't see anyone with null follow-up, this is going to work out pretty fine. It's all about how you decide to support him, though, right? So, the Leo that beat me in Summoner Duels, he had Legendary Eliwood support to get bonus doubler. He had Hatari Azura giving him all stats of 6. He had, whatchamacallit? He had, the Dragon Lady who gives damage reduction, Niffle, to support and just, like, give him double damage reduction. It was pretty nasty. I'm honestly kind of, like, upset that I lost to Leo, but also, you can't really be. You gotta just give it up when that happens. But, yeah, very solid build there for him, and like I said already, if you just play him right, he can work. Alright, Lord Lopez says, not even Camilla has a Resplendent, though. Yeah, that's really weird. I would think Camilla, of all people, Camilla and female Corin, I feel like they should have gotten Resplendents by now. Because they are very popular, and I thought that was the goal of the Fey Pass, was to sell Fey Passes. Alright, we got Zedabo up next. I wanted her to survive Hoppy. I use her in Tempest Trial with Duo Alphonse for a special cooldown, and Brave Camilla for healing and debuffs. Now I'm just waiting and hoping for Null Sea Disrupt Seal. That would be a very interesting seal. I'm not sure if we'd ever get it, but it would be something very fanciful if we got that. Alright, then we got Ingrid, Shamir, and Dazzling Staff for getting annoying. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, he is right. Ingrid, Shamir, and Dazzling Staff, if you don't have Null Sea Disrupt, and if you're playing him or playing her in Aether Raids, where that's what people try to do, it is going to get on your nerves. Alright, but we have Negating Fang. He said he has Duo Alphonse to insta-charge it. We got Distant Stance, Dragon Wall, Defense and Res Menace, and Warding Stance 3. Okay, now correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't she need to be away from allies to get her full buffs from her weapon? Let's just go ahead and check that. Alright, so she gets -1 special trigger, she gets adaptive damage, and then if foe initiates combat, or if foe's HP is full at the start of combat, she gets all stats of 5 and gets special cooldown charge +1. Oh, so I'm thinking of the Fallen Corin then, probably, is the one that wants to be away from allies. But this one, she has the breath ramp effect, she has all stats of 5. She's got -1 special trigger and adaptive damage. Okay. Instead of warding stance, I think probably the solos would be better. Like attack res solo, or maybe even defense and res solo. Because you still want to get the stats when you initiate combat if possible, and you would be able to do that with the solos. Otherwise, I think this is fine. Just going to bait pretty well. Defense and res menace, pretty nice for adding bulk. And negating Fang is going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, seems fine by me. Not really too many comments, especially considering like all the support that you're giving her. Seems like that's going to work out just fine. Alright, John Doe says, I hope they don't ruin Adult Tiki when she gets a Resplendent. Dude, I hope they don't ruin Adult Tiki when they give her the Brave Tiki ult. Hopefully, let's get some justice for Adult Tiki, right? Because all this time, it's just been pandering to Baby Tiki. But of course, Adult Tiki needs some love too, so hopefully Brave Tiki is better. Alright, here's my Speedy Tiki plus her teammates. She's S-supported with New Year Valoria, so the special count isn't too bad to deal with. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, he has another picture here too. I guess this is the support that he's getting. So we got Defense Res Tactic from Titania. We got Far Save with Lissa, and then we have Valoria with double guard skills. Okay. So lots and lots of support for this Tiki. Lantern Breath, I believe that was Kirk Naga's breath. So, pretty good. It was basically like Spendthrift Breath. So, quite a good weapon. Ether, Attack Speed Unity, Dragon Wall, Speed Smoke 4 on Adult Tiki. Okay. And then Speed and Res Form 3. And then we got double boons in Speed and Res on her. She's very slow, right? So, I don't really know that I'd recommend Speed Smoke and Dragon Wall. I feel like you don't really need both. And especially not when she's already, like, got enough res. Her res is basically 2 points away from speed, so you're not going to see much difference from dodge and Dragon Wall. So then what C skill would we say to give her? Maybe like Attack Smoke? Attack Smoke 4, get defense and res bonus. Although, she doesn't really need defense and res bonuses when she has the tactics. Huh. So then maybe like Joint Distant Guard? Well, no, because she doesn't have Distant Counter either. And she has Far Save support anyway from Lissa. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot to consider about this Tiki with all the things that he said he's doing here. Very interesting. I guess maybe just keep it this way. Like with double damage reduction. I'm just going to have to take his word for it, really, because I don't have much experience using this Tiki, to be honest. I built her, but that was a very long time ago when dragons were like the prime units to get to +10. Because they were the best merge projects after we got the Lightning Breath refine. And I certainly have no experience using her with all of these support units, so I'm just going to have to take your word on it, man. Like, I can't really, I feel like I can't evaluate this properly. Lucky Pikachu. I don't feel like I'm going to be seeing the whole picture just looking at her on paper like this. Seems like a unit you'd have to use under these, like, situations to really see how it works. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Sorry, Lucky Pikachu, by the way, that I couldn't give better input for that, but... Again, you guys gotta understand I'm not, like, super versed on every single unit in the game, under every condition in the game either. So, it looks awesome, though. Very nice investment on the Tiki, though. Alright, we have Candy up next. My anti-magic Tatiana. I will sometimes give her Glimmer as the special, but Iceberg is more powerful and gets the job done. Alright, so Tatiana has very nice artwork. She looks like a rabbit with those, like, little ear things coming out of her head there. I guess that's supposed to be part of her head chain thing. But it just looks like rabbit ears. And I think she did come with a rabbit tome as well. So, good bunny Tatiana. Alright, we got Pack Blooms, Drawback, Iceberg, Mirror Stance 3, Lull, Attack and Res 3, Join Drive Res 3, and Attack and Res Form 3. Basically just all balls to the walls, attack and res, which is perfectly fine. This is how you want to play this unit. 52 base res, 58 base attack. Yeah. Looks pretty solid. If you've ever used Guinevere or Micaiah, you guys already know, like, how powerful all these skills are when used in tandem. That's basically what this reminds me of, is just Guinevere. Because Pack Blooms is going to raise attack and res and give the passive heal. You got basically all the skills that I gave to Guinevere. It's basically Tatiana cosplaying as Guinevere. So, pretty good build. Very awesome unit. And very nice to see her at plus 10. Okay, we got Spooky in the chat. Yo, my Tatiana. Alright, so shoutouts to Candy there, or Spooky, for her Tatiana. Alright, we got Master Zek up next. Recently repurposed him as a mixed phase range tank. He hasn't aged the best, but he is still usable in Arena. Oh, for sure. Actually, this guy is very good in Arena, where Arena is dominated by ranged cav units now and ranged flyers. So this Leone is actually going to make mincemeat out of a lot of the ranged threats in Arena mode. Alright, so we got Blood Tome, Reposition, Noontime, Mirror Impact, Special Spiral, Attack Smoke 4. Finally, we've seen Attack Smoke 4. So somebody actually did summon for Gustav. You'll love to see it. And then Quick Repost 3. Okay, Noontime, I get it for the healing. I'm not sure if I would run Noontime on him, though. He says this is for Arena, right? Or, no, he's saying he's still usable in Arena. Not necessarily that he actually uses him in Arena mode. Because if that was the case, I was going to be like, probably got to go Ruptured Sky there for the score. But nah, that's not the case. Okay, so Noontime, I guess Noontime is okay. Mirror Impact. Again, we're seeing like a player phase skill on Fallen Leone here. Is that better on him than going with a bait skill? I feel like the bait skills are better. Or if you can't come between the player phase skill or the bait skill, you can like double dip with Attack Res Unity or Attack Res Ideal or even Attack Defense Ideal or something for double phasing. Then we got Special Spiral to always have Noontime ready. Got Attack Smoke 4, like we said, in Quick Repost. So, I think it just needs a little bit more focus. Because his weapon is primarily a bait weapon. He gets damage reduction and... Well, I guess outside of the damage reduction, it's not really a bait weapon. He also has effective against colorless, so he could player phase colorless units. Except he's not player phasing with a double. He doesn't really have speed to double. He doesn't have a special that does damage. So yeah, I think it's a little bit all over the place. maybe just a little bit more focus. Like, if you're going to player phase, then focus all in on player phasing. Give him Ruptured Sky if you want Special Spiral. And if you're going to bait with him, then stick to baiting. Like, just give him all bunch of bait skills, like Mirror Stance 3, Sturdy Stance 3, Unity skills, etc., etc. I would keep Quick Repost, though. I think the Seal is fine. And Attack Smoke as well. I think that's fine. Alright, Triton's Lullaby says, I think the idea is Impact lets Attack Smoke proc more safely. Well, you can initiate and proc it that way, but it still procs when you bait anyway. Like, after you attack the foe when they attack you, you're still going to inflict Attack Smoke on the foes in 2 spaces. So, I feel like it's kind of a moot point. You don't really need to run all that player phasing on him unless you're going to really focus on it. Alright, we got Rob up next. Tried to get the +10, but it wasn't happening. Hopefully, I can get some still water for her so she gets uber powerful. Okay, we got Baby Boo Boo Ilyana here. This was my favorite Baby Boo Boo unit on the baby banner this year. Out of all of them, I thought she was the most adorable. And then Baby Soren too. Actually, Baby Soren might have been my favorite, if I think about it more, because I think they went with a good theme for him, being like when he was an orphan and he couldn't talk and all that stuff. But Baby Boo Boo Ilyana, very awesome merge project. Yeah, plus attack, plus res. Her weapon, which has Shade, which my viewers have coined the term on. Just res-based damage reduction. She also has attack and res -6 to the foes, I believe. So it's just a very good weapon for a demo to have. We got Reposition, we got Glacies, we got Attack Res Solo 4, Knoll Follow-Up 3, Attack Res Menace, and then Attack and Speed Solo 3. Alright, so going for a mix of speed, attack, and res here. I would say that is correct. Her defense is kind of bad. Although she can still get away with it with the damage reduction and the -6 attack. So, like, she's another one of these cases like the Fallen Julia where her low defense is actually a little deceptive. Maybe instead of the Solo 4, you go with Ideal 4. Like Attack Res or Attack Defense Ideal 4, because if you got Attack and Res Menace, then it's going to be pretty consistent to activate the Ideal skill. Null follow-up is fine. Helps her bait and stops guaranteed follow-ups. And then Attack Speed Solo just gives her a little bit more like speed and pressure that she can apply. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. The only suggestion I have is maybe go for an Ideal 4. Because it's going to proc easier. You can still attack while adjacent to allies and still gain the stats. So that's basically it. Very good unit, very precious artwork. Alright, Funny Bunny says, I actually saw some cute art of baby Ilyana. It was her with a huge smile and a McDonald's Happy Meal. That is so Ilyana. That is such an Ilyana thing to do. You just walk up to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal. Alright, we got Dan Kerr up next. Shout outs to Steve Kerr, by the way. Oh, alright, let me not get political in here. I was about to talk about what happened in Texas, but I don't think this is the place for us to get political. But I was watching basketball, and Steve Kerr gave a speech about what happened, and it was pretty powerful stuff. If you guys want to check it out, just search like Steve Kerr, inside the NBA Steve Kerr statement, and it should pop up. And yeah, that one really resonated with me. But anyways, we have This Is My Pride and Joy, even though I see 0x4 more often than I'd like to admit. Oh, big rip. But we have the Resplendent Minerva. Alright, so Ninja Masakari. Ninja weapons are very good, obviously. Reposition, Luna, Surge Sparrow, Dive Bomb 3. Surge Sparrow and Dive Bomb is a very nice combo. Attack and Speed Menace, and then Attack and Speed Solo 3. Okay, was Ninja Masakari Hana's weapon, or was that Shamir's weapon? Because there's actually quite a bit of a difference between them. Okay, Ninja Masakari is the one that Hana had. Okay. Yeah, so I would say probably go for the one that Shamir had instead, because that one gives you the true damage when you trigger. So where you said that you see 0 times 4 more often than you want to admit, if you actually had not Hana's, if you had Shamir's axe, then you're going to see 4 times 4 even more often. So I think that's probably better. Instead of Luna, go for Ruptured Sky, because Ruptured Sky with these ninja weapons is really good. Another thing you can do is, if you give her Ruptured Sky and she's got Dive Bomb, you can dance on her with the Fallen Ninian, so you get the instant breath charging, and then like every other hit with Dive Bomb is a Ruptured Sky. So just some ways to really play up these ninja weapons with Dive Bomb, but I do think this build is very good. It's very solid, very cohesive. Just go for Ruptured Sky and what's-her-face's weapon instead, Shamir's. Funny Bunny says Ilyana would inhale a Happy Meal. Yeah. Ilyana would probably walk up to the counter at McDonald's and order one of everything. Alright, we got Beelzebub up next. Here's my first 10+ unit ever. He's my pride and joy. Okay, so Raven. Resplendent Raven with his awesome artwork. Anyone with the Hell attire has awesome artwork. Certified. It's just, if you want to make a good Resplendent hero, give him the Hell art. That's basically it. That's the #1 rule. Alright, so we got Basilicos. Reposition, Vital Astra, Attack and Speed Solo 4, Frenzy 3, Times Pulse 3, and Attack and Speed Solo 3. Looks a whole lot like Marble's build. That Marble's used when we played in the Rival Bromains that time. So, Vital Astra, yeah, this is going to work just fine. Frenzy gives the Desperation effect. Basilicos is going to hit him twice very easily. Vital Astra is going to stay procced with Times Pulse, so yeah, this is about as good as it can get. Unless you want to go with Gale Force on him. You want him to Gale Force, but it's not really a necessity. I think Vital Astra is very good on this build. So yeah, that's probably the way you can play him. Now, necessarily, you don't have to go with the Life and Death Refine on Basilicos. You could give him, like, plus speed instead, so you're not getting as much attack and speed overall, but you're not tanking your defenses. So if you go for the speed refine on Basilicos, he still gets, like, plus 5 defense and res back. And then all of a sudden, Frenzy and Vital Astra start making him look a whole lot more tanky. But, I mean, when you have damage reduction, you can fall back on just tanking defense and res anyway. So, pretty good. Alright, we have CN64 up next. Alright, how has Felix still not gotten his base alts into Fae yet? That's something I'm wondering. I thought Felix was pretty popular from 3 houses, so I'm very shocked that he hasn't been on one of the hundreds of 3 houses banners yet. But we got here Spendthrift Bow, we got Swap, Ruptured Sky, Kestrel Stance, Savvy Fighter, AR Far Save, and Speed and Res Form, which I would say is absolutely as good as it gets. Maybe some of the bows we have now are a little better than Spendthrift. Obviously not overall, like Spendthrift just doing attack of 7 and attack -7 to the foe. We still don't really have many inheritable weapons that are that powerful. But we do have Plegian Bow from Plegian Raphael, which is also quite a good bow. This build doesn't have any debuffs, though, so maybe if you went, like, Attack Smoke and then gave him Plegian Bow, but I don't think it's necessary. I think this is fine. Very nice having Savvy Fighter as well. That's certainly the fighter skill to give him. So, pretty good. Not really any complaints there. Very awesome unit. Alright, Leaqua says, I kind of want to share my unit, but is it too late? Yeah, unfortunately, we're not even like halfway through, and it's already been like an hour already, so I would say if you haven't submitted a unit, then wait for next time, which I'm going to try to do these more often, so it's not a big deal. Alright, we have here are my heroes. I'm still waiting for the refines. Alright, so we got OG Claude. We got Brave Lysithea. And we have Brave Claude. Okay, so which one of these has the more interesting kit? Let's see here. Sunflower Bow. Alright, that's basically base kit. And then we have Claude. Huh. Alright, I guess we'll look at the Brave Claude. Okay, so Brave Claude, he has a very awesome weapon where he gets back like half of his health when he triggers a special. That's one of the craziest sustain effects in the game. And I think he also has -1 special triggers, so Moonbow with this guy, he's just gonna be popping 24 HP every attack. Very powerful. We got Swift Sparrow 3, Tag and Defense Far Trace 3, Tag and Speed Brain 3, and then Speed and Defense Solo 3. So we just recently started getting the gold border rain skills, although I think right now we only have 2 of them and none of them are attack and speed. So you don't really have to worry about that yet. Although Speed Smoke 4 is probably exactly what you want to give this guy. Speed Smoke 4 will give him dodge, and he is a very fast unit, so that's going to help him out. And we got Trace Skill, no complaints with that, and then Swift Sparrow 3. I would say maybe go for Catch. So, like, go Speed Smoke 4 and then give him Attack and Speed Catch. And that's basically all I would do here. Maybe even give him Io's Shield for the Sacred Seal, but he might not even need it, honestly. It just depends. But, yeah. I'm very looking forward to seeing what they give to the refines for Choose Your Legends 4. Not so much Brave Edelgard, but the other ones like Lysithea, Claude, and Dimitri. They actually have a lot to gain from refines right now. Alright, we have Nanna up next. Scion Nanna. Alright, so Gravity, Rescue, Miracle, Attack and Speed Catch 4, Speed and Res Far Trace 3, Attack and Speed Menace, and Blade Session. Lots and lots of attack and speed on this Nanna. Now, as far as Gravity goes, I think Gravity is one of the stronger effects that you can inflict with staffs, but also not really one of the more damaging staffs we can go for. So we have the Serpentine Staff from the, what was it, Hatari Zane, I think, had that one. It's basically like deep wounds plus pain thrown together into a staff. That one's not bad, and then we have the one from Saul, which it gives you a whole bunch of stats, which is very good. I think those are probably a little better, but if you specifically want to inflict, like, status effects, then Gravity's not a bad one. There's also Flash, which is pretty good. Flash or Candlelight. Pain, of course, just to get a whole bunch of chip damage, but I think Serpentine Staff probably better than Pain by this point. Are there any other staff effects? Huh. Like staffs that... Oh, there's Witchy Wand. Can't forget about Witchy Wand. I love that one. Shuts down Ascended Fiorm pretty bad and resets specials on the enemies. I feel like the weapon on staff units is just up in the air. Especially for the inheritable ones. Like, you can just go with whatever you want, really. It's just whichever helps the team more. And if you feel like Gravity is helping more, then might as well just keep it. And as far as the kit goes, I think it's basically as good as it gets. So, very nice Nanna. our only free-to-play staff flyer, so very nice to see her built. All right, we got Kyle Minocchio. Kyle Minocchio. Like Pinocchio. All right, here is my +10 young innies. I could be pronouncing that wrong. Maybe it's Manachio or something. I don't know. I just totally call this guy Pinocchio, and I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced. But regardless, we have here baby innies. Bow of Frelia, Reposition, Ruptured Sky, Swift Sparrow 3, Lull Speed and Defense 3, Times Pulse, and Death Blow. Alright, probably not Death Blow. Probably want maybe or Blade Session, maybe Attack and Speed Solo 3. Because this guy does have decent speed, so if he has enough speed, he can hold his own on the enemy phase a little bit. That's basically all I would say. Like, give him, instead of the blow skills like Death Blow and Sparrow, probably just go for like solo 4s in the seal and in the A slot, and maybe an ideal skill. Maybe even a unity skill, like attack speed unity. Gonna be your call on that, but yeah, dual phase stats, certainly better than player phase stats only. Alright, Picaro says, Dragon units need new inheritable weapons badly. It's really not that many weapons for them. Yeah, we have Kurthnaga's weapon and Ina's weapon and Deginsia's weapon, and that's basically it. So, what was it? Spendthrift Breath. We have Lull, Attack and Res Breath, and then was a Huge Fan Breath. Those are basically the only breath options right now. So yeah, more breaths would be nice. Okay, here's my favorite character who I can't pull more than a merge for with 1,000 orbs. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Shoutouts to Johnny, man. Everybody give Rally Luck Plus to Johnny in the chat here, because I know the feels. Believe it or not, I have gone 1,000 orbs with only getting like one copy of a unit. Legendary Eliwood. Or Celica, even day one Celica. Or not day one, but OG Celica. Probably the worst summoning session I've ever seen on YouTube. And unfortunately, it had to be mine. Alright, but we have here Anna. Apotheosis Anna with her weapon. We got Reposition, Vital Astra, Surge Sparrow, Spurn 3, Attack and Speed Menace, and then Flashing Blade 3. This is just about how I would say you play her now. I used to play her as a Gale Forcer because I liked having her jump in and then start attacking. But her weapon effects got really devalued with the addition of Ash and all these other units that can just jump. Like, all of a sudden, we got so many jump effects out of nowhere. So, the really cool thing about this Anna when she came out is not really as special as it used to be. Vital Astra, though, with Spurn. Surge Sparrow for recovery. This will work. For sure, it's going to work. The only problem, though, is that I don't know, man. I really just wish her jump was not the main good thing about her weapon. I think that's the only thing she really gets. Let's see. Maybe she gets some stats, too. Alright, so Speed Up 3 can move to a space adjacent to an ally in 2 spaces, and then gets Attack and Speed Up 5. Yeah. Man, that's such a big rip. That is so unfortunate. And it's only jump to a space adjacent to an ally in 2 spaces. It's not like jump 2 spaces ahead. Yeah, this Anna needs a refine pronto. That sucks, but hopefully Joshua can, or Johnny can get more copies of her. Get her +10 and not too many more orbs, because that sucks, going 1,000 with only +1. Alright, Annie Artist says, I say Dragon Special, the damage is based off and deals lower defensive res of any foes plus Draconic Fang at lower cooldown. Maybe a dragon special would be cool. Oh, snap. We got a bot in here? Bot, be gone. Has that bot been in here the whole time and I just didn't notice? Alright, hopefully that's the only instance of the bot. Because I literally was not paying attention. Alright, we have a Roy up next from Dagger Blade. Let's take a look. Oh, what did he say? One of my many Roy builds. Okay. So we have Binding Blade, Reposition, Aether, Life and Death 4, Spurn 3, Join Drive Attack, and Darting Breath. Alright, so he has Quick Repost built in. Along with Bracing Stance 2, I think it was. Then we have Life and Death 4. That's an interesting choice. I'd probably go for Attack Speed Unity or Attack Speed ID. No, probably Unity actually on this build. Or a Solo 4 if you think he's going to be away from allies. And that's probably the only change I would make here. Darting Breath with Aether is fine. Spurn is fine. Join Drive Attack. Not really the best C slot anymore, but still certainly going to help. Oh, what you could do, actually, you could give him Speed Smoke 4 and Knoll Follow-Up. That's a nice combo, and then he'll be able to tank a little better against guaranteed follow-up enemies. It's just crazy, like, how far the passives have come now that... Speed Smoke is like 5 passives built into one. So you debuff the enemies, you gain bonuses yourself, and then you gain dodge. That's 3 passives in one. Whereas Join Drive Attack is like, you get attack up 4 and the foe get, or your allies get attack up 4 in 2 spaces. That's only 2 effects. And then Life and Death 4, you're gaining attack and speed, and then you're losing defense and res, so it's like the 2 good effects kind of cancel out with the 2 negative effects. So yeah, go for passives that do like 500 different things. So Attack Speed Unity would be my recommendation. Speed Smoke 4 and then Knoll Follow-Up. Alright, Chris Lee says, when they even appear, especially ones like that, the horny bots have appeared. Yeah, why are these bots always trying to, like, send people to horny jail? Like, can't the bot show off, like, something nice? Like, click on this link and get a free advertisement for, I don't know, 50% off on your next purchase at Walmart or something like that. Why can't it be a good bot? Why has it always got to be a bad bot? Alright, we got Rusty Rhydon, the OG himself. Bartre Godzio. Man, this dude used to watch even when I was doing Hunter x Hunter videos. That is a throwback. So we got here Bartre with Steadfast Axe, Reposition, Ignis, Attack Defense Unity, Guard 3, Joint Hone Attack, and Steady Breath. Alright, so Joint Hone Attack, probably get a lot more mileage out of Attack and Defense Menace on this build. Or maybe even Attack Smoke 4. I don't know, like, both of those would be pretty solid on Bartre. Let me take a look at Steadfast Axe. I can't remember which one this was. Alright, it's basically Carrot Cudgel Axe. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, neutralizes penalties to attack and defense, and then with Unity, that actually cancels out. So you want to change this weapon ASAP. I would say go for the Unbound Axe instead. I believe Unbound Axe is the one that does lull attack and defense 5. Let me just double check. Alright, if unit's not adjacent, inflicts attack and defense -5 and neutralize foes' bonuses to attack and defense. Yup. Okay, so yeah. Basically give him Unbound Axe. Give him probably Attack Smoke 4 or also Attack Defense Menace, whichever one of those you like more. And then instead of guard, you could give him quick riposte. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. So, like, quick riposte, steady breath into Ignis. And then with all of the attack and defense boosting he's got. And then you just support him with a far save unit to tank res. And it's going to be a beast right there. Seems pretty solid to me. Alright, we got Fiora up next with another baby boo-boo Ilyana. My baby Ilyana, hoping a plus 10er when she returns on a double special. Still not sure about the Sacred Seal, though. Okay. Alright, so we got her weapon, Iceberg, attack res unity, lull attack res, joint drive attack, and then quick riposte. Okay, almost very similar to the other one that we saw. Got plus 7 merges and plus attack. Okay. Huh. Okay, so instead of joint drive attack, there's attack smoke 4, which is good on her. We got attack res menace, which is good on her. Even speed smoke 4 is pretty good on her. But, I mean, I've never really been a fan of stacking damage reduction. So, like, if you have damage reduction in any one spot on your build, I think that's generally enough. Because when you stack them, they have diminishing returns, so it's not like you're getting, like, crazy amounts of damage reduction. So I would say maybe attack smoke 4 or attack res menace. You can keep quick riposte. I think it's fine, but in the case that you don't think it's fine, there's also just attack and res boosting skills you could try. Unity seems fine. Lull attack and res 3 seems fine. I think it's fine, honestly. Just the C skill is more so than the seal, the thing that I think I would change there. Nice to see some more baby boo Ilyanas, though. Alright, we got Wylia in the chat. A wild Wylia appeared. How you feeling, sis? Still sick? Just a little behind the scenes for people in the chat. Wylia has had an earache and she got like teeth pain for the past couple of days. So I've been checking on her like every day, making sure she's fine. Alright, we got Jakun up next. Here's my Halloween Sothis. She may not be the most meta dragon out there, but she is my favorite nonetheless. Okay. Yeah, I remember when this Sothis came out. I wasn't really impressed by her, but mainly this is the reason. So you gotta run Io's shield on her to protect her from effective against flying. She does negate effective against dragons, but I really just wish they gave her nullify effective damage in general. That would have made her so much better. So you could, instead of using Io's shield, you just give her something else. But anyway, we got her weapon. We got reposition, Sirius, attack speed unity, dragon wall, speed res hold, and Io's shield. Seems fine to me. I mean, she's like a player phase unit mainly. They gave her a whole bunch of like baiting skills and baiting effects, but from what I've seen of her, she seems more best suited as a player phaser. And then her duo skill grants null follow-up as well, so I think this is fine. Yeah, this is probably fine. I would say just rely on damaging the foe with Sirius. Just basically play her as a player phaser as you would with any melee flyer and just abuse the damage reduction and Io shield to keep her alive and Sirius to keep her healthy. Alright, Vopop says, how come Sothis gets 2 alts? Yeah, actually, how come Sothis has 2 alts and we don't even have base Felix yet? Ain't that weird to anybody else? Like, where is Felix? Alright, we got Tri-Emblia with a Arete's build. Waiting for her rerun before I go for the plus 10. Okay. God damn, dude, this... Y'all want to talk about thick mamas? This Arete might be the thickest mama. I don't even know if any of Kaboom's art has anything on that rack. Arete is just built different. Arete is just built different. I don't know what else to say, man. That's all there is to say. Alright, so we got Rower Fox, we got Reposition, Glimmer, Attack and Speed Catch 4, Lull, Speed and Res 3, Attack and Speed Menace and Blade Session 3. Okay, unfortunately, Arete didn't really have anything, like, crazy going for her. She's just Attack and Res. So, Rower Fox, you initiate, and then you inflict all stats -4. If you're going to player phase with her, I guess that works. Then we got Catch, we got Menace, we got Lull, Speed and Res, and Blade Sessions. So really playing up her speed as much as possible. Yeah, I guess this is how you would have to play her if you want to play her speedy like this. But her speed ain't really all that great. So you just got to watch out, man. Like, she's not really fast enough. You might even be better off giving her one of the flow skills, but... Oh, actually, I think the flow skills are not inheritable by ranged horses anyway, so... Alright, forget I even said that. But yeah, this seems about as good as it can get for this type of build for her. I think she might be better suited as a bait option, but... is it really safe trying to bait with her? I don't know. Such a shame. They did Big Mama so dirty. Alright, we got Reeb up next with another young Innies. Killed Brave Marianne and Duo Byleth. Well, of course you did, because you nullify damage reduction with this kid. So we got Ruptured Sky, Attack Speed Unity, Lull, Attack and Defense 3, Times Pulse, and Attack and Speed Form 3. Basically what you would expect of this guy, just all Attack and Speed. Times Pulse so he can proc a special right away and get his nullify damage reduction. So yeah, just basically, this is basically how you build this guy. Just do this, pretty much. Just do stuff like this. All right, gonna take a quick water break. Okay. All Might say in Tacho be appreciating non-coast tasted thick mamas. Maybe I am a non-coast, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm so attracted to these thick mamas. All along it was me, I was the final boss. Alright, we got Last Go. Boom, my cursed speed style Sanaki. Oh, Giratina Light wanted me to look at their Sanaki. I don't know if we ever got around to it, but maybe this is them. If only she would show up in my summons more. Anyway, enjoy. Oh, that's a big rip. Only +1. If I could donate all of my Sanakis, I would to this guy. Because I've been pity broken by her so many times in the old days. And now I've seen her a couple times as the special rate as well. So, my Sanaki could be merged up to, like, +6 if I really wanted to, but I just don't really use her. So, it's kind of a big RIP that I have all of them, and the guy that wants them only has her at +1. Alright, but we have Cymbeline, Rally Attack and Defense Plus, Dragon Fang, Attack and Speed Push 4, Attack and Speed Ruse 3, Joint Drive Speed, and Speed and Res Form. Okay, so we're going for the speed build with her. She's not very fast. Honestly, I think the way to go is just nuke with her. So I would say probably go like... Well, there's actually a couple of ways you can nuke with her. She wants Special Spiral. I think that's the best B skill for her. And then you have a choice with Ruptured Sky, or you could go for a Blazing Special. And then with the Blazing Special, you then have a choice of Heavy Blade 4 or Heavy Blade 3 for the seal. either one should work fine. It doesn't really make a difference, but maybe Heavy Blade 4 is a little better because you get the true damage when you have more attack. Her weapon grants her bonus attack and res, I believe. So, like, Special Spiral, Heavy Blade 4, Blazing Special, C-Skill, I don't know, maybe Times Pulse, so you can actually get to your Blazing Special. You're going to want a lot of special support, though. Like, you know who'd be good? Raphael, actually, would be pretty good. Give him Infantry Pulse, and then give him, the ally support with Sanaki, so you get -2 special right there. Basically, that's all you can really do with her that would be effective, is just, like, play her as a special ramp bot with the Blazing Specials and just nuke the enemies. Because 34 speed, man, she's getting 7 there, she's getting 4 there, possibly 7 there, that's only 18. And then attacking speed ruse, possibly 6, but you have to rally to activate that. I don't know, man. I'm not too sure about running her with speed. Alright, we got Lasco in the chat. What's up, Lasco? Hey, he made it to my Sanaki. Yeah, we did. Pretty nice, but like I said, I think you probably want to go Special Spiral with her. And just play up the Blazing Specials more. Or Ruptured Sky if you don't want to give her all the support. Alright, Claw 3 says, today a T-Adept Sanaki killed my +4 Dragon Wall Nagi. Pretty epic. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's rad. Anytime, like Leos and Sanakis and Joggins, those are the units that I want to see kicking ass in summoner duels. I'm tired of Brave Hector. I'm tired of freaking boring units like Regan and Kanto nonsense. Let's see some of the day 1 units actually get some shine. Alright, we got Blue Boy up next. Fear the Deer. I have Speed Smoke for him, but still using Fallen Lilith in her bonus season. Okay, so he's probably just going to grind up Fallen Lilith and then sacrifice her to this Claude. Alright, we got his weapon, Ruptured Sky, Close Foil, attacking defense Far Trace, attacking speed Rain, and IO Shield, which is just about what you want to do. Close Foil with Speed Smoke 4, pretty good. +10 as well. Very nice Claude here. Yeah, seems pretty good to me. As soon as you get that Speed Smoke 4, this guy's going to start looking really good there. Because I think that's what he really wanted, was dodge. Just to get some damage reduction. And then hopefully he comes up on his refine within the next month or 2. So I think we have some good things on the horizon for this Claude. And Dimitri as well, when they get their refines. Hopefully they end up looking a lot better than Brave Edelgard. Here is another Ilyana. Ilyana's been a very popular last today. Love this hungry girl. I do too. She's my favorite mage in Tellius. Alright, so we got Spider Plushie. Oh, there's the question. Who's cuter? The Spider Sophia or the baby Ilyana? Who's the cuter blue hair, blue thunder mage girl? Let me see what you guys in the chat have to say about that one. But, okay, we got Spider Plush, basically Spendthrift Tome. We got Glacies, we got Attack Res Solo, Desperation, Rouse, Speed and Res, and then Attack and Speed Solo 3. Huh. Okay, so plus attack instead of plus res. I like going plus res on this Ilyana because she has the super boon in it. But, of course, plus attack is just fine. I'm not too sure about Desperation, though. Maybe if you gave her an attack and speed boosting ace skill instead, then maybe Desperation works a lot better. Like, give her attack and speed push 4, so you can take some chip and then get to Desperation. Yeah, that would be my advice. Basically, just give her attack and speed push 4. You can maybe even change the C skill to something better. Like Speed Smoke. Actually, Speed Smoke might be pretty cool here. Because her speed, with the push 4, with the solo 4, and then with the smoke, her speed would get decent enough that dodge would matter. Yeah, that's probably what I would do here. Her flammable barrel, says the baby. Wylia says someone should build Deirdre. Wylia, you have the best Deirdre on Earth. Why don't you submit your Deirdre one day so we can all bask in her glory? Alright, Russian dude says, Sophia's better. She wouldn't eat my whole wallet. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm surprised. Actually, it seems like Sophia's just barely going to edge out the win over Ilyana. That kind of makes me sad, because I like Ilyana more. But, damn, that artist did good justice for that Halloween Ilyana. Okay, so Zach Orletsky with his Summer Norn. Alright, we got Piercing Tribute, Rally, Speed and Res, Ether, Distant Dart, Spurn 3, Rouse, Speed and Defense 4, and Darting Breath. Okay, so Distant Dart. This was the one that Duo Ike came with, so no chip damage, I believe. Piercing Tribute, of course, gives attack and speed, and what did it do? Like, block the enemy's follow-up? So, a pretty good bait weapon. Then we got Spurn, Darting Breath, and Rouse, Speed and Defense. Yeah, I actually think this is pretty good. I have no complaints almost with this build. Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't think I have any complaints here, really. This is all speed and damage reduction, distant counter, breath ramping. It's going to work, for sure. Not a bad take on her. Alright, we have Lilthios. Oh, this is Giratina Light. Okay. The microorganism is tanky. Also, she tanked a +5, +7 duo lift, +10 Winter Lysithia Crom, and many more. This build really gave her life again. I have so much fun using her. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this is more my speed on a Sanaki build. And then we have some showcase images here. Her kicking Duo Crom's ass. Then we have her beating up a Winter Lysithia. And then Duo Lift as well. With that bear mouth accessory on her head. Alright, so Giratina Light, what do you got for us? Rower Vulture, Iceberg, Mirror Stance 3, Knoll Follow-Up, Attack and Res Menace, and then Quick Repost, huh? Okay. Yeah, so going full-on bait build with Sanaki here. I can dig it, man. Honestly, like the Res skill, or the Menace skill with the Vulture Tome, very good combo. Mirror Stance gives you guard and then more stats. Knoll Follow-Up blocks their guaranteed follow-up. QR for the doubles. 61 attack, base 51 res. Now we're talking here, man. This is more, like, instead of going for speed on Sanaki, I think this is probably what you could do. Unless you want to go for Special Spiral and, like, spamming specials. Yeah, very good. Very, very good build here. Very nice magic tank. Sigurd fan, bruh. Okay, my pride and joy. Alright, not legendary Sigurd, unfortunately, but dude, I love the artwork on OG Sigurd anyway. He's got that FE4 drip, man. FE4 drip is a thing. All the dudes from FE4 just got that drip. Alright, so we got here Divine Turfing, Reposition, Bonfire, Sturdy Surge, Attack and Defense Near Trace 3, Joint Drive Attack, and Heavy Blade 3. Okay, so his weapon, I think gives him attack and defense up 10, and then a guaranteed follow-up attack. So, pretty solid. Sturdy Surge for recovery, Joint Drive Attack, I'd probably change attack or change joint drive attack for maybe attack smoke 4 or attack defense menace. Your pick on that. I think either one is fine. Heavy blade, very good. And then attack and defense near trace. Of course, trace skills with these cav units are very good. Also, you could give him Crusader's Ward, even though Kanto very good, obviously, but I kind of like on Legendary Sigurd just keeping Crusader's Ward. So you can run up, attack the foes, and then he's got damage reduction on his weapon and the B skill. So it's tough for them to get rid of him with a range unit. But this guy doesn't have DR on his weapon, I think. Let me just double check. Hold on. Does Divine Turfing have damage reduction? I don't believe so, but it might. Alright, we get Res up 3, attack and defense up 5. Oh, we do get damage reduction. Okay. Foe uses magic, you get 50% DR. Yeah, that... Dude, you could totally just give him Crusader's Ward anyway. Have him run up, attack somebody, and then he's safe on the enemy phase from magic. It's an option. Obviously, Trace is still very good, but... I don't know. I feel like it's a toss-up. It's whatever you want to do. But really just change his C skill. I think that's really the only thing. Alright, Kevin Lee says, I wish Piercing Tribute had the other half of Null Follow-Up instead of stopping auto follow-ups. That is true, because it's more of a... they made it more like a bait style of weapon. But that's what the flow skills are for, right? So you run the Piercing Tribute weapon, and then you run one of the flow skills in the B slot, and presto changeo, you have full-on Null Follow-Up there. Alright, we got Alec up next with a Bravelin. Oh, we have the Forma Bravelin here. Okay. Instant Bow, Ruptured Sky, Swift Sparrow 3, Saka's Blessing, Pulse Smoke, and Attack and Speed Solo 3. A blast from the past unit there, man. Bravelin, the bane of everyone's existence. Her and Reinhardt were like the meta in Gen 1. It was so crazy. Alright, so I believe Instant Bow is the same thing as Budding Bow. You basically nullify their follow-up, and then you attack. You gain attack and defense up 4. Let's just double-check that. Yep. Okay, so it's basically Budding Bow. Yeah, it's pretty fine by me. You could probably make use of catch skills now. I don't know if you want to give her Speed Smoke. She could totally make use of dodge, but the thing is, her defense is so bad. Her defense and HP are just so bad, she's going to die anyway, even with DR. So, Pulse Smoke and Wind Sweep, basically, probably better. So, for the A skill, I guess, maybe Solo 4 or Unity instead is an option. That's basically it. You can keep Swift Sparrow 3. It's not like it's a big deal either. So, seems fine by me. Very good build. Alright, another one of these Scion Nannas by Radiance. I love her. Okay. Palm Staff. Okay, this one was from the... What was it? Summer Reese, I believe, had that one. Alright, then we got Recover, Miracle, Tag and Speed Catch 4, Speed and Res Far Trace, Speed and Res Menace, and Blade Session. Okay, another one of these, like, very decked out Scion Nannas. Again, like I said in the other Nana build, I think you could go ahead and use whatever weapon you want, really. Basically, all of the staffs can do useful effects. So it's just a matter of pick your favorite, pretty much. As long as the passives check out, I think it's fine. Alright, Annie Artist says, I forgot there was a Forma of Brave Lynn. Yeah, she was one of the first Formas, I believe. She was like one of the first ones from after they started doing Form of Souls. Vopop says, remember when Faye had no bow calves? I do. No, you remember when Faye didn't have fire sweep effects? And then they introduced fire sweep effects, and then it was too good, so then they introduced Knoll Sea Disrupt. And then that became too good, so then it just goes back and forth over and over. Every time something is too good, we just get an answer to it, so it's a never-ending cycle. Alright, we got Anti-Hero. My beloved lifetime investment. Works great, but I'm questioning changing the Floret to plus speed and making him a far save unit. If Promise can make a speedy Reinhardt work, why shouldn't I make a speedy Alphonse, right? Alright, let's take a look at this speedy Alphonse. Alright, with 33 base speed, I don't know if you want to turn him into a speedy unit. Amity Blooms, Close Reversal, Slick Fighter, Near Save. Very interesting to see Near Save on this guy. Typically, people go for Far Save with him. So you don't have to run Close Reversal. You can run any other ace slot to get stats. And then Attacking Defense Form 3. Okay. I mean, as far as, like, a close defense build goes for him, I think this is probably what you want to do. I think far saving is a better idea. But for this particular build, I think this is what you got to do. And then if you wanted to go speedy, which I don't recommend doing speed on him at all, but if you did, you'd want to give him like Savvy Fighter and maybe Kestrel Stance 3, things like that. Alright, but it is very nice to see him at plus 10 though. I feel like I don't really see this Alphonse too often, even though he was a 4-star demote. Oh boy, the bot is back. Bot be gone. Wiley says, I hope the bot is learning a thing or two about Faye. The bot is about to learn a thing or two about the back of my hand after I pimp smack it. If it keeps showing up in my streams. Okay, we have Exalt up next. So, Lucina here. I'm glad this guy has the Resplendent Art, but he's not using the Resplendent Art. So, automatically he gets a like for that. Alright, Seal Falchion, Vital Astra, Surge Sparrow, Spurn 3, Times Pulse, and Mystic Boost. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. Alternatively, what you could do is run Special Spiral and Speed Smoke 4. So you just consistently have Vital Astra and you're getting Dodge from the B skill. Or Dodge from the C skill, rather. Mystic Boost, great for healing. This is basically it. Although, like I said, the only thing I would say is, like, Special Spiral and Speed Smoke 4 may be a little more consistent, because once you have Special Spiral, you're just always going to have Vital Astra ready. Whereas Times Pulse, it doesn't get it ready right away. It gets down to 1-hit cooldown. So, yeah, that would be my take. But still pretty good. This will work. Very cute artwork, too, by the way. You don't have to be a baby to be cute, okay? Silly, resplendent Lucina. Babies are not always cuter than adults, okay? Alright, we got Swords and Lance Fangirl up next. Lance Fangirl, like from Pokemon Lance? Okay. Alright, here's my Celica. Not the best build, but she's fun. Alright, now here is a good resplendent art. One of the first ones to pull off the cute fairy theme effectively, I'd say. Alright, so we got Ragnarok, Attack and Speed Push 4, Desperation 3, Joint Drive Speed, and Brazen Attack and Speed 3. Celica is one of the only units that can really make good use of these Brazen skills. And Desperation is certainly the way to go. Attack and Speed Push 4 to chip yourself into Desperation. Seems to check out. Looks pretty good. Maybe instead of joint drive speed, you could run something else. I would say maybe like Speed Smoke 4, but when you're running a danger build with Desperation, you don't really need dodge. So I don't really know what C skill would be better, but I guess joint drive speed works. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is basically the bread and butter build for her. Wiley says this is just tier 4 smoke skill propaganda, Tacho. I can't help it. They gave it like so many effects. They made it so stacked. the level 4 smokes are too much. Alright, we got Salad up next. Death by Cuteness Overload incoming. Okay, so Cutie Pie. Baby Maria with her bunny ears. Well, I guess all Marias are baby Marias, because Maria's what, like 10 years old or something? This is what made me happy, though. Sunny Smile. She's not Minerva's sister. She's Sunny Smile this time. So, they actually gave her some respect. Alright, but Pastel Poleaxe, Distance Dance, Flow Flight 3, Speed Smoke 4, and Blade Session. That's... Any combination of her weapon and Flow Flight is just bananas. Now you're giving her damage reduction as well with Speed Smoke. Oh my god. So, she has true damage reduction, and then she has dodge for like the, how would I call it, like passive damage reduction, and then Flow Flight and Pastel Poleaxe are true damage reduction. Imagine being able to combine both of those things. And then we have Distance Dance. I think maybe Distant Dart would be a little better, or if not Distant Dart, then the one that Marth has that gets speed up 5, but then you take the chip, because her weapon heals anyway, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, and then plus speed, plus defense. Oh, dude. I don't want to fight this. I fear for anyone who has to fight that unit. She is so annoying, man. She's like the most annoying arena unit to fight. It's just... I remember when she was the bonus unit that round in arena, and everyone had her at plus 10 as a byproduct of trying to get Sonya. And I was just getting killed by her. She is not fun. She's just not fun to melee. Alright, we got Faye Champion up next. This guy is awesome. Yes, he is. I think it's pretty common knowledge that Brave Alm is the man. Alright, we got Draco Falchion, Ruptured Sky, Send Scale, Speed and Defense Tempo. Okay. I kind of forgot that was a thing, because we haven't seen it yet. Alright, then we got Rouse, Attack and Speed 4, and Attack and Speed Solo 3. Okay. Now, I'm going to say the exact same thing that I said last time. You can possibly ditch Send Scale for Attack and Speed Ideal 4, which is what I gave mine, because he gets the bonus movement. But now we're going to get a million comments saying Send Scale is the best thing about him. And yeah, it is. It's definitely very good, but... Oh, actually, we're not running damage reduction here. Maybe give him Speed Smoke 4 instead of Rouse, Attack and Speed 4, because it's easy enough to get blue bonuses to Attack and Speed. Tactic skills are so easy to toss on a team, or even just Harmonic Roy now with his C skill just gives Attack and Speed of 6. So the Rouse level 4s, I would say you don't really need them here. But I'm going to say, I'm going to stick to my guns with Attack Speed Ideal 4 on this guy. Unless we're talking about with Bride Catria. Alright, we got Blaze up next. Soon Wyvern Lord Linhart. Okay, Mage Tank and my first plus 10. Very proud. Alright, Linhart. You don't see this guy too often, honestly. I used him a lot in 3 houses. Because he gets Warp. I think he's like one of only 2 units that gets Warp or something. And he's very good with it. So I did use Linhart quite a lot. Alright, we got Staff Attribute, Psychic, or Physic, or Physic, however you say that. Physic, Physic, Psychic, Earth Fire Bomb, Attack Res Unity, Lull, Attack and Res 3, Even Recovery, and Deflect Magic? Okay. Not really too sure why deflect magic on this particular build, but sure. That's a lot of res, okay. I mean, I guess he's just there to support. It doesn't really matter what his seal is. And then Staff of Tribute. Which one was Staff of Tribute? Was that the one that Lissa came with? Yeah, it was the one that she came with. Okay, so it gives units in 3 spaces of an ally, defense and res up 6 to unit, and 7 HP after combat. Okay. Alright, so actually, no, we're not playing him as a support. We're playing him as the main guy, it looks like. Getting defense and res up 6. He has good defense and res, honestly. At plus 10 for a staff melee or a staff infantry unit. I'll take 38 defense, honestly. Alright, then we got Unity and Res. Pretty good combo there. I just, like, Deflect Magic seems so weird, though. I would say, if you're going to run either of the Deflect skills, I think maybe Deflect Missile's probably better. Because his defense is not as good as Res, so it's more likely a brave attacking, like, bow unit or dagger unit like Lyn, for example, is going to be able to break through his defense. His Res might be good enough to tank. I mean, I say that, and even then, like, thinking about the brave attacking mages now, they're just so stupid. Even with all his Res, you probably can't tank them anyway, so maybe Deflect Magic is good. I don't know. I can't really comment on this because I would have to see it in action, honestly. For all I know, it could be awesome, and I'm just downplaying it. But I think, like, as far as the other skills, I think they're fine. Unity, lull attack and res, and then obviously either of the recovery skills very good for any of these staff units. Alright, we got Borf in the chat saying, if they want him to be their main unit, I'd go something like Attack Smoke 4 and Attack Defense Form. Yeah, that's an option too. But the main draw to these staff units now is that they get the recovery skills. So I would feel like kind of weird running one of them without running a recovery skill. But then again, there are other staff units that offer better support with it. So like Duo Hilda, she's not just using recovery. She grants the breath passive, the attack up 6, etc. Very interesting though. Alright, we got Dat Gets Fogu Felu. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He's got an alien avatar though. A couple of her pity broke me a while ago and I decided to build her. Can't wait for her refine. Oh, dude, she needs a refine bad. Alright, we'll look at this one. This build looked a little more interesting. So we have her weapon, of course, which is just lull attack and defense 5. Can you imagine, like, Altena's perf weapon, her unique weapon, is an inheritable lance now. Ain't that unfair? That's not cool. I don't know why, but yeah, she's gonna need something crazy for her refine. She's got Ruptured Sky, Attack and Defense Unity. We got Flow Flight 3, Speed and Defense Rain 3, and Quick Repost 3. Alright, Flow Flight. Anytime you can run Flow Flight, do it. It's the best B skill for flyers, if they can make use of it. And I think she shouldn't have too much trouble. Even though 38 speed ain't the craziest, you do get plus 10 as a bonus speed to Flow Flight. So it does help make it easier. We got no IO shield here, huh? Yeah, that's going to sting, but she does have 55 raw defense, so that is next level defense, man. Oh my god. 55? That's before any of these skills are accounted for. I would say instead of speed and defense rain, I might even say go attack and speed rain 3. So you're adding more to her bulk when you lower their attack. And then, of course, you want the speed so she can proc flow flight. You could maybe even give her an attack and speed boosting A skill. And then quick I don't really know how much you need quick repost. You probably don't. Like, just give her attack and speed rain 3, give her attack speed unity or attack speed catch or something to raise attack and speed, and then ditch quick repost for another attack and speed boosting skill or IO shield. And I think I would like this a little bit more. Yeah, probably IO shield, honestly. With IO shield, she probably kicks Duochrom's ass because she's got color advantage on him. And then Deadeye doesn't really, like, scale as crazy as lethality. So if you have good defense, you can block out Deadeye. But definitely you want IO shield here, I think. Alright, Chris Lee says give her IO shield as a refine. Yeah, she needs that as a refine, for sure. Alright, we got Anthony Porcato up next with a Jamkey. Alright. Jamkey with his refine. Now, I wasn't very impressed with Jamkey's refine, but apparently a lot of people didn't like that, so more people like Jamkey's refine than me. That's fair game. We got Deadeye, attack and speed ideal 4, speed and defense tempo, times pulse, and flashing blade 3. This is basically what you have to do with him. So the build is fine. It's just a matter of whether or not you actually like Jamkey. But yeah, the tempo prevents them from stopping your Deadeye. Flashing blade lets you ramp right into Deadeye. Ideal is going to... Wait, where is he gaining blue buffs? I guess from someone else on the team. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess. I guess it works. Good skills, good build. It's just that Jamkey. I don't know, man. I don't know about Jamkey. Alright, didn't we look at this guy already? Oh, no, we didn't, actually. I think he was the first person that commented. So we're finally taking a look at his Julius. Giancarlo Blanco. Speedy Julius. The build really works well, but I haven't gotten enough Dragon Flowers yet. Okay. So we got Loptus. We got Soul, Attack and Speed Solo 4, Knoll Follow-Up 3, Speed Smoke 4, and Attack and Speed Solo 3. Lots of speed, Speed Smoke, Loptus. Loptus has res-based damage reduction, I believe. He hasn't gotten enough Dragon Flowers is the problem. Okay, so with Julius, I think you can give him plus 20 or plus 15. So we're looking at what, like plus 12 to his overall stats? Pretty good. I think this is fine. You could probably even go Attack Smoke 4 instead of Speed Smoke, because he's not the fastest. And I believe he does get res-based damage reduction. So that should be enough. Don't let me stop you from stacking damage reduction, even though I personally don't do it myself. But let's see here. Res up 3. Units that have effective against dragons are effective on him. If they don't have effective against dragons, he inflicts attack and res -6, and then he gets Shade, as we have coined it. Res-based DR. And then if any foe's res is less than his res, he inflicts attack and res -5 on them in their next action. They got to be adjacent, so it's like a sabotage attack res. And then at the start of combat, he inflicts attack and res -5 again. Dude, this guy's refine is freaking cracked, man. That is a really good refine. So yeah, I think you could probably make do with running something other than Speed Smoke, but he is debuffing attack and res already, I guess you could say. And he does have Knoll follow-up, so he blocks the enemy's follow-up. So maybe Speed Smoke is fine. Given the other skills here, I guess it works. I guess it's okay. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Funny Bunny, Julie sus. All that speed, pretty sus on him. Vopop says he does have a super boon in speed, might as well use it. Well, just because the unit has a super boon in a stat doesn't mean it's their best. Like Harmonic Roy, for example. And his super boon on res that does nothing. Alright, we got Daggy up next. Daggy with a Lulina, my pride and joy. Oh, whoa, why was I gonna save that? Let's not save that. Okay, Delightful Noble Lulina. We got 4 Blaze, Blazing Wind, Attack Res Solo 4, Special Spiral 3, Attack Res Menace, Heavy Blade 3. Okay. So, Spiral, Blazing Wind, Heavy Blade works. It might be a little better to go Heavy Blade 4 for the Ace skill, and then for the Sacred Seal, you go Solo 3 or whatever you want to give her. Anything to raise attack and speed or attack and res. But this works. She has Chill Res built in. She has Death Blow built into her weapon. So, yeah, I mean, anytime you got Spiral, Heavy Blade, and a Blazing Special, your unit is going to kick ass. It's like a proven fact. Alright, we have a Septums up next. Best Girl, Legendary. Wow. Somebody actually built Legendary Fa. They didn't give her steady stance to all their other units. They went for the merges. Alright, this guy gets a like just for that. Alright, thank you so much for not feeding the chicken, making chicken nuggets out of her. Alright, Dazzling Breath, Life Unending, Distance Dance, Dragon Wall, Defense and Res Menace, and Steady Breath. Okay. So, not sure why Steady Breath. Doesn't she automatically start with Life Unending? Does she really need Steady Breath? Then Dragon Wall and Distance Stance. Seems fine. This is basically how you play her, except I don't know why Steady Breath. Probably give her... I don't know. I think she has a guaranteed follow-up on her weapon anyways, so... Or actually, does she? Hold on. I think she came with Dragon's Ire. I don't think she actually has the guaranteed follow-up. Let's see here. So she gets attack up 3 if foe initiates, or at the start of combat gets all stats -5 on the foe, and they block their follow-up. If she's in 2 spaces of an ally, she inflicts guard. Yes, so she actually doesn't have a guaranteed follow-up without Dragon's Ire. So probably give her quick repost instead of Steady Breath. That's the only suggestion I'd have there. But there's not really much else you can do with her. Just play her as a tank and then have Life Unending. Okay, Moon Knight. This is the Black Knight that we were supposed to get to, so we're going to go ahead and get to it. Alright, here's my Black Knight, who sadly doesn't have a save skill just yet. Alright, I'm assuming you're going to give him close save, because that's the way to go with him. Just give him that, and then have him ramp into Black Luna and kill everything in one shot. This guy is aged surprisingly well, because of how good Black Luna actually is. And then they gave him the -1 special cooldown on his refines, so... Yeah, the Black Knight is actually still pretty boss, to be honest. A very good merge project that held up over time, which is more than we can say about a lot of other units. Alright, then we got Surge Sparrow and Special Fighter, so he can player phase. Armored Stride, so he can player phase. And then Speed and Defense solo. Yeah, for now, I guess this is fine if you just want to attack with him. But once you give him the save skill, when you give him near save, then you want to probably... Let's see here. I guess you could keep Special Fighter, but I think it's better to give him Savvy Fighter because he does have decent speed. So like Savvy Fighter, maybe Kestrel Stance 3, or instead of that, go like Sturdy Stance 3. And then the Seal, you could go for Attack and Defense or Attack and Speed Form 3. And that's basically it, pretty much. But he is a very good unit. Just spam those Black Lunas and get those KOs. Alright, Will of D Reese. Will of D, shout outs to One Piece for that. Alright, let me know what you think. Speaking of One Piece, did you guys read the latest chapter of One Piece? I'm not like super into One Piece, but I heard about the thing. You guys know about the thing. If you know, you know. I'm not going to spoil it, but Luffy did a thing, and he's fighting Kaido, and he's pretty powerful, so everyone was like, yo, check this out, it's so cool, it's the raddest thing ever, and I read the last couple of chapters just to see what was up, and I think it's pretty funny. I feel like it's a power-up that suits Luffy, like it really suits his personality, but also... I don't know. It's a very, like, divisive thing in the community. I feel like some people like it or they just hate it. But enough about that. We have a Libra here with Inviolable Axe, Vital Astra, Attack and Speed Ideal 4, Spurn 3, Rouse Speed and Defense 4, and Attack and Speed Solo 3. Okay, so what was this guy's refine again? Alright, so if unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack speed and defense -4 and deals +7 true damage. Also, if his HP is over 25, he gets another attack speed and defense -4 and recovers 7 HP to himself and allies. Alright, it's pretty serviceable for an easy merge project like him. Not the craziest, but not the worst. Alright, lots of attack and speed. Vital Astra. Ideal, very good. Ideal and Rouse, nice combo. Although, Ideal and Menace might be a little better. It depends, because you are nullifying Panic with this, so that is also good. And then we got Spurn and Attack and Speed Solo. Instead of Spurn, I might actually like Frenzy a little bit more here. He doesn't have -1 special trigger, does he? Nah, he doesn't. Okay, so, I guess maybe Spurn doesn't work, because I was thinking, like, you hit him twice in a row and then Vital Astra on the second one. I guess Vital Astra is just there for damage. Not really so much damage reduction, because there's not really a way to ramp to it here. If you wanted to ramp to it, then Special Spiral plus Speed Smoke 4, but I think this works. This is actually okay. Yeah, not really any complaints about this, to be honest. Pretty solid, Libra. Alright, Borf says, does that Libra have bonus, or is that his normal stat spread? Something seems off. Is it? Hold on, let's take a look here. Yeah, his stats are pretty good, but I don't think this seems inflated. He's got 20 flowers, 10 merges, and the S-rank summoner support. So you got to factor all of those things in. If there is any inflation, it's probably like +4 to all stats or something. I don't know. But looks fine. Alright, we got Gianluca up next. This is one scary monster. Form of Soul was definitely well used. Oh boy. Alright, so we got Spooky Scary Mur. Alright, Spirit Breath, very good refine. Her refine is definitely one of the better ones. I refined her just the other day, and I've been using her to auto in Tempest Trial. Very good for auto battling with her. Alright, we also got Noontime, Close Defense 4, Special Fighter 3, Attacking Defense Near Save 3, and then Close Defense 3. Seems fine by me. You got your Healing for Sustain, you got double Close Defense, Special Fighter for just ramping specials and blocking the foe's specials. And then her weapon gives her a guaranteed follow-up, and then, like, Attacking Defense minus 10 on the foes, and she gets massive damage reduction on the second hit onward, like Brave Edelgard. Pretty good. Certainly a serviceable build from her. You could also run Sturdy Stance 3, or... yeah, probably Sturdy Stance 3. And then instead of Special Fighter, go like Slick Fighter. So you're not wasting guard or anything, but I think this is fine. It's like, Sturdy Stance is just if you want to get some more power. Alright, Flammable Barrel says he's the best he's ever looked. He might be. I don't know. That Libra is in contention right now. We're unsure if he's getting bonus stats. Vopop says, Legendary Harden this month, yeah or nah? I would say nah. I don't think we're getting a Legendary Harden, honestly. We might, but I doubt it. Alright, we got Azure Moon up next with a Bowie. Patiently waiting for an alt and or Resplendent. Okay. Alright, so Bowie, with his Inscribed Tome, he has close defense, I believe, and then effective against Colorless. Alright, then we got Bonfire, Attack Speed Unity, Knoll Follow-Up, Speed Smoke 4, and Attack Speed Form 3. Okay, so his like Bowie is one of those interesting cases where he's a mage, but his res sucks and his defense is good. So they gave him close counter on the Refine, which was a good idea, I think. And he also has effective against Colorless, so he can be a solid anti-meta choice. There's a lot of Colorless units, and there's a lot of, obviously, close units that he can deal with. Alright, then we got Unity and Null Follow-Up, so he can block debuffs and flip them around, or block auto follow-ups. So Bramimond is not going to be able to make mincemeat out of him, basically. I don't know if he's fast enough for Speed Smoke, but it's the only way to get damage reduction on him, I think. Because he can't get Vital Astra, he's not a melee unit. And he can't get Dodge because he's not a melee unit. So here's another way that Speed Smoke can grant Dodge to units that weren't able to get it before. So I think this is fine. This will work. You got everything you want out of a bait unit. So, pretty good. His stats may be the only thing holding him back, but, like, there's really not much we can do about that. Alright, Chris Lee says, when's Legendary Xander? We got Legendary Ryoma. They forgot about Xander. Xander just fell off the face of the earth, man. He just doesn't exist. No one cares about Xander. Other than Faye the Owl. Alright, we got Brandon Aaron Rodriguez up next. This is my Summoner Duels build so far. Okay. Alright, so we got a Dagger here with Vital Astra, Sturdy Impact, Sun Twin Wing, Odd Tempest, and Speed and Res form. Okay. I believe she came with Even Tempest, so you gave her Odd Tempest to, like, mix it up, I guess. Sturdy Impact, Vital Astra, Speed pretty good. Dagger has the Chaos Ragnall effect where she gains stats based on her debuffs. So this is for Summoner Duels, huh? Okay. Actually, debuffs are getting more common in Summoner Duels, so yeah, Chaos Ragnall is pretty rad in Summoner Duels right now. I don't know about Sturdy Impact, though. That's the one thing. I don't really feel like she needs it that much. Because doesn't Sun Twin Wing have Null Follow-Up already? Let me just double check that. Alright, at the start of combat, inflict speed and defense -5, and yeah, basically null follow-up. So, yeah, you don't really need Sturdy Impact on her. I would say go like Swift Surge instead. Or Sturdy Surge, if anything. Get some recovery in there. But she'll definitely work. She's quite good. And then Pathfinder, of course. Always going to be good in Summoner Duels. Alright, we got Shamil O up next. Shine bright like a diamond. With a Soleil, sure. Alright, big RIP on Soleil's Refine, but this man fixed the problem. So, my issue with her is that she didn't get -1 follow-up, or -1 special trigger. But you give her Time's Pulse, and then she can actually use Gale Force effectively. So, I believe she has the ramp effect on her weapon when she attacks. And she would have and she gets the Fire Sweep as well, but like, we really just wanted to Gale Force with her, and they didn't give her -1 special trigger. So let's take a look at her weapon real quick. Alright, unit and foe can't counterattack. Unit initiates, gets attacking speed up 5 and special cooldown charge +1. Yep. So basically just give her Time's Pulse and she is a good Gale Forcer. Then we got Null Follow-Up, Swift Sparrow 3, and Attacking Speed Solo 3. Yeah, this'll work. It's not like she can follow up, so double phase stats don't even matter. Yeah, this is basically it. This is the best build for her, I would say. Unless you want to give her Odd Tempest or Even Tempest and then get the -1 special trigger somewhere else. But Time's Pulse is probably just a better idea. So, yeah, very good Soleil there. Alright, John Nunciate says, all these Speed Smoke 4 builds almost make me want to pull on the banner. Yeah, dude, the fodder on that Fallen banner is probably more valuable than the actual units on the banner, to be honest. Like, Speed Smoke 4 is more valuable than, I don't know, like Fallen Rhea, I feel. As weird as that may seem to say. Like, Fallen Rhea was intended to be the Fallen Edelgard of this year. And I feel like Fallen Edelgard's still probably better. I don't know. I haven't seen much of that Fallen Rhea, to be honest, since she came out. Alright, this guy. What do you mean potatoes aren't good? Or G, whatever it's spelling there. I can't see the whole thing. But this guy looks kind of like Markiplier a little bit in his picture. So we have a Chad here. Oh, did I not open it? Okay, there we go. Alright, so Chad Warden, Courtly Fan Plus, Lethality, Swift Sparrow 3, Wind Sweep, Fatal Smoke, and Blade Session. Okay. So Courtly Fan was the Null follow-up fan, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Lethality, Wind Sweep, so he can just ramp into it. If you have a way to, like, get some special ramping on him, this is going to be a pretty good build. So, like, Fallen Ninian or Thor or whoever, Duo Hilda, just get him some easy ramping into Lethality. This should work fine, though. Good attack and speed there. Not a bad build for him. Probably the build I'm going to run on Kath if I ever get enough copies of her to +10. Oh, you could also run Ouch Pouch, too. That's another option to get the Lethality quicker. Alright, Genunciate says, nothing new about Fallen Rhea, it's the other dragons that are unique. Yeah, I agree, dude. The Fallen Ninian is surprisingly my favorite unit to use out of that batch. And I think Lilith is really good too. It's just that Lilith is more dependent on having ally support. So, with Lilith, you really want to pick who you're giving Null follow-up to. But when it comes to Ninian, she just makes everybody better. That Ninian is so good. Alright, we got Eddie up next. Here is one of my favorite +10s. We have Resplendent Saber here. Rip Wylia, who canceled Fey Pass and wanted this guy so bad. Alright, but we got Golden Dagger, Ruptured Sky, Attack, Defense, Unity, Spurn 3, Times Pulse, and Attack and Speed Form 3. Okay. So he's got Distant Counter when his special is ready. I believe Golden Dagger has -1 special trigger. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yes, it does. Okay, so perfect. -1 special trigger and Times Pulse. You get Ruptured Sky ready. You got Spurn there. You could probably go Vital Astra, honestly, on this guy. Just get a little more damage reduction out of him. And then you could give him Knoll follow-up instead for the B skill. Just some mix-up options to think about, but this should work fine. Attack and Defense Unity, yeah, that's fine, I guess. I'm looking at this 32 res and just thinking he's going to get shredded, though, by any magic enemies. So, maybe, like, I don't want to say deflect magic, though, because he's probably going to take, like, 50 damage on the first magic hit anyway. So, I don't know, man. Having him bait res now is a very questionable move. But he should do fine against, like, physical range units. Yeah, Vital Astra is the only suggestion I'd make here. And just get it whenever you get it. It's not like any rush or anything, but for this guy in particular, I think maybe double damage reduction would help. Alright, we got like half more to go. I still haven't had dinner yet, so I don't know. We'll go for like another 10 minutes or so. Alright, we got Druid Moo Milk. Okay. Mind reviewing my Lakshi. She is without a doubt my favorite FE4 unit of all time. Okay. Good girl, Lakshi. Alright, we got Regnal Astra, Distant Pressure, Spurn 3, Speed Smoke 4, and Attack Speed Solo 3. Okay, her weapon nullified foes' bonuses, if I'm not mistaken. It's got -1 special trigger and then all stats of 4. Okay, and then we got double DR here with Spurn and Speed Smoke. Maybe you could give her no follow-up, but I guess double DR is fine here. And then Solo and Pressure. Yeah, this is going to work. It's basically like the old school Ira build everyone ran with Distant Counter, -1 special trigger, and Astra. You just instantly counter them and kill them on the counter hit. Oh, you know... Huh. I was gonna say, like, maybe try Vantage, but no, that would not work. Because she's not gonna have Regnal Astra ready every single time if she has Vantage. Because it would be like, okay, you tank the first hit and you survive with damage reduction, and then you get into Vantage range and you just KO all the foes in one shot. But it's not gonna work that smoothly, unfortunately. So yeah, probably just keep it this way, I guess. Yeah, nothing else really to comment on with that build. It's all good skills, all gonna work. She needs a refine, though, I'll say that much. Alright, we got Alex Artist. I believe this is Annie Artist. It might be, I'm not sure. They have a similar icon, though. Alright, Best Lagoo's Girl and her friend. Still waiting for Tormod to join. Alright, so we got Vika. One of my favorites from Tellius. And we have Morim. Again, one of my favorites from Tellius. I like both of these characters. I guess we'll take a look at Vika because she's at +10. Okay, so Vika with Gale Force, Sturdy Impact, Speed and Defense Near Trace, Speed and Defense Rain, and Heavy Blade. Okay. Alright, do we really need impact on her? How does her weapon work again? I always forget what her weapon does. I think she has, like, sabotage skills, and that's the only thing I remember. Alright, so we get res up 3, and then sabotage, defense, and res. At the start of combat, if enemies got over 75% health, she gets attack speed and res up 5. And then flyer transformation. Okay. So I guess she is fast enough that she could run sturdy impact. I might suggest sturdy or swift surge instead. Sparrow surge, whatever it's called. Get a little more speed, but the more defense might actually be better in the long run. Oh, actually, no. You can't run the surge skills because Gale Force is not going to heal you when you run the surge skills. So, impact, I guess, is fine. Yeah, I guess this is fine. She doesn't have -1 special trigger, though, so Gale Forcing, not going to be the easiest thing, but you will have a better chance to survive the counter hit with impact. It's just that 25 defense is so abysmal now without DR or anything. It's going to be a little bit rough surviving the counter hit, even with impact, but she should be okay, I guess. Not really too many, like, better ideas on these passives there, so I guess it works. Alright, Moon Angel Fire says, fun question, Regnal Astra or Vital Astra for Larse? Or Lakshay? Huh. You know, honestly, probably Vital Astra. Because you get the damage reduction if it's ready. See, the thing is, though, it's probably just never going to be ready. Unless you give her Special Spiral. Or if you give her Times Pulse. So, like, I think Regnal Astra for more damage is probably just better. It's tough. It depends on how you're playing her, honestly. Alright, we got Gino up next. We'll do, like, 2 more, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, so my Mia is my everything. She just kills and also murders a lot of things. Okay. Lady of Blades. Alright, let's see here. Resolute Blade. Reposition. Vital Astra. Attack speed ideal 4. Spurn 3, Times Pulse, and Attack and Speed Solo 3. Alright, I'm going to need some context on that weapon. I haven't looked at that one in a while. So, attack up 3, plus 10 damage when triggering a special. If unit speed is better than foe speed, gets 70% bonus damage based on difference. Oh, wow. So she gets plus 10 true damage on triggering a special, and then plus 7 true damage on top of that again. And attack up 3. It's just that... Huh. Is it better to run Frenzy on this build? I feel like it might be. Or it might even be better to run Tempo on this build. This is a weird one, because, like, if you take out Spurn, you're not getting DR until Vital Astra is ready. And it's not going to be on the first round of combat. But, like... It's almost like there are better options to run than Spurn here, I think. I don't know, man. This one's a little bit awkward. Because, like, Tempo blocks them from having guard. If they have guard, this build is just shut down completely. Because all of your true damage is coming from triggering the special. Yeah, this one's a little bit weird. I guess you can get passive Tempo with some kind of support. The female Byleth, legendary female Byleth, grants Tempo support for allies in 2 spaces. Maybe you could run her with this Mia. And then after that, I think everything is fine here. I might say run Frenzy, though, instead of Spurn. You are getting another 5 true damage with Spurn, which is the goal here with this weapon, but with Frenzy giving you the Desperation, I think that might be a little more valuable. You hit him twice in a row, so you don't have to tank the counterattack. You don't have to tank the counterattack, and Vital Astra just deletes them. So that's probably what I would say. Yeah, she is going to murder a lot of things with all that true damage. Alright, this is going to be the last one. I am very hungry, guys. I got to go eat. So, she's my fave. Not much more than that. Okay, Cutie Pie Sophia, who I will resent the chat for saying she's cuter than Baby Boo Boo Ilyana. Alright, we're going to look at this one, the spider plushie one. Yeah, this art is too adorable, man. The spider plush toy is just so cute that she's got there. And then in the injured art, I think he's crying because his, like, stuffing's coming out. Alright, but we got the spider plush, Noontime, Close Reversal, Quick Repost 3, IO Shield, Joint Drive Defense. Yeah, seems pretty solid. Spendthrift Tome, of course, Inflicting Guard. Close Counter with Defense up 5. Yeah, QR for guaranteed follow-up. Yeah, this is pretty fine. Maybe go for Attack and Res Menace instead of Joint Drive Defense, but it seems pretty good to me. Yeah, Noontime for some healing. Yeah, solid enough defenses. Yeah, this is basically it. There's not really much else to say. Maybe go Close Foil for Attack up 5, but I guess you can counter Dragons. She does have good res, and well, they would adapt to targeting her defense, so I guess it's a moot point. But yeah, I guess this is fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. So Basher9292, thank you for sending that Ilyana, and thanks to everyone who submitted their units. Unfortunately, we got to like maybe like 60% of the units. It's really tough to do all of them in one go because we got like 100 plus units to look at. But I am going to do these more often, so it's not like if you missed me seeing your unit this time, then maybe next week I'll get to you then. So that's going to wrap us up, guys. This is your boy Tacho signing out. Gonna go grab some food now and go to bed. But thanks for everyone submitting units and stopping by to check out the reviews. Really appreciate the support. And I will catch y'all again on the flip side.